bass keep pounding on me, baby. I really wanna make you mine. I don't really care about love. I don't really care about happy ever after. Something about you gives me hope. Something about you, love.
Hi guys, so today we've just been painting the house. Boring jobs really, but takes quite a while. We've got the front dog room, as we call it. The hallway downstairs, hallway upstairs, been painting that. Still painting it now, to be honest. That's what I've been doing the day, so we thought we'd have a breather and answer some questions from Instagram.
Because we did try to vlog, but I think with painting it's quite like tedious, isn't it? And we're trying to get the angles of like the time lapses and stuff, and I just thought in the end we're gonna have time lapses if we're just painting walls white, and I thought it'd be pretty boring. So instead of kind of doing a vlog today, we are going to just answer some questions. So we have a home Instagram account called Daily Dose of Us Home, so we'll put on the story there just any questions. It didn't have to be home related, but anything about us in general. So there's a whole bunch of questions. We're both gonna use my phone. We'll take it in turns to pick a question and answer them. Are either of you spiritual? Not really. I grew up in a, like, went to a Catholic school and everything, but is that spiritual or is that religion?
That's religious.
What's spiritual?
Well,
like believing ghosts and stuff?
So, huh?
Oh, no, I don't believe in anything like that, to be completely honest. I never really have. My family does though, like my mum, my brother and everyone are quite spiritual, but I'm not.
No, I don't think I believe in it, to be honest, but
I thought you did.
I don't know. I know a lot of people that do, but like I've never experienced it, so you can't really. I don't really believe it till you experience it.
Yeah, I agree.
Now having to.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll find it when I do. What kind of dogs do you want? The Whippets.
You want Whippet?
Aye.
Why do you like Whippet?
I like Dolly.
You like Dolly. You love Dolly, don't you? I love sighthounds. I'm not gonna lie, I do favouritism this Whippet because Dolly's a Whippet, and I'm biased and I think she's the best thing on this earth. So naturally I'm very drawn to Whippets. So yeah. How did you two both meet? A big fan of your relationship, so cute. Thank you. So we met on BBM. Sean popped up. And we discovered that you live not far from my grandma, and we met at a bus stop, and then continued meeting at a bus stop for a while, and then we adventured to a field where we would bring little picnic blankets, and it was really cute.
Right.
And remember that time Sean was like, oh, I'll get with some food, and I was like, all right, okay. So we brought this kebab, and maybe in like the in love stage was like too shy to eat in front of him, so a dog came and demolished the kebab. Can you remember? But yeah, we went to this field for quite a while, didn't we? And we used to go like twice a week, meet there, and just like we didn't really do anything. We just sat and like gazed at the stars. We just like kept meeting at this field, and then got to around the Christmas time and decided that I would come to yours. So I went to Sean's for the first time on New Year's Eve, remember? And from then on I think we actually started going to each other's houses instead of meeting at the field. But yeah, it wasn't like, it was a cute story, and like I really loved the field we used to go to because it's like where like cute memories were when we first met. But it wasn't this story where we met at some like romantic setting. We literally like started speaking on BBM, met at a bus stop, went to a field, and it went from there. Anything to add?
That's
Pretty much it, wasn't it?
What are your plans after the house is all done? I don't think it'll ever be done. I think I'll just keep going and going.
Yeah. I think when
every house is like that, so.
And I think even when we move in, it's not going to be done. And then even like when it's done, in a few years' time, we want to extend. So I think you're right. I think it'll never be like done.
Yeah.
But the person might mean like when we're like living in it.
Moved in, it'll be tackle the other 2 spare rooms.
Yeah.
Tackle them.
And then maybe next year, I think we might renovate a bathroom.
Possibly the main bathroom, the 2 spare rooms, and obviously like the garden, because probably not touch the garden until next summer now.
Probably not.
So that's probably a big one with the 2 rooms and the bathroom.
Yeah.
The next big things really, but we would probably just do one at a time, and you know.
I think it's always going to be just like constant. There'll always be stuff we can do and stuff.
Probably immediately we wanted the garage as a gym. So that's something we should
try and do
once we get in, because if not, it'll probably never happen.
No, I agree.
You know, I'll just get cluttered up with rubbish and then...
But I feel that about a lot of things. Like when we bought the house, I always felt like the stuff you don't do before you move in, like, just don't get done, because it's what a lot of people say. So like I even get like anxious about the spare room not being done, because I really want that to be a lovely room for when people come to stay. So I even worry about that not getting done, but we'll just have to make it a priority to do it. And your game room as well, like it just has to be done, or else they'll just sit like that's the main reason why we didn't move in straight away and focused on getting the main rooms done, because it's a lot easier to do renovations when you're not living in the house. Like for example, now if we were living in this house, we've got no kitchen, and we'd have no kitchen for like a few weeks. So I feel like it's just so much easier, and we're in a fortunate position where we're able to do that. So that's why we decided to.
Yeah. How do you stay motivated when you find issues with the house?
That's a good question.
Right. Oh, I don't know, it's hard because you get sick. Like now I'm a bit sick and fed up, you can probably tell. I feel tired, and painting ceilings is just like horrible. I don't mind doing the wall, but the ceiling just knocks you, and then I don't know, just the end goal in it really. You just know you get a job done. It's
done.
Jobless.
Yeah, I think it is thinking of the end goal, and I think because we're not living in it at the minute, everything we're doing is the quicker we do it, the quicker we can live in the house. And I think that is kind of the motto at the minute. The end goal, obviously, we're going to be living in the house, so in our eyes, the quicker that we get the stuff done, the quicker we're gonna be in. And I think we both really want to be in before Christmas, so it's just, you've just got to get on with it. But I think every time there's been like a setback, like when we had the kitchen, the living room flood thing, and then you know, you really do feel like
you just got to have a bit moment and have a huff, and then hopefully get back on it really.
Yeah.
You know, because you're not gonna not have a huff. You know, you just feel at the end of the day you're gonna. So you just gotta like,
I think, and I think you're always going to have setbacks. Like even if it's a little setback, you know, there's always going to be a setback with renovations, because nothing's ever as easy as it seems. But like you said, have your huff and just think, right, okay, well, there's nothing you can do about it. You've just got to try and get on with it. Like we had the huge setback of like the plaster around the fireplace, and that did set us back quite a bit, because none of the flooring's kind of laid.
Because the living room would have been done now, really.
Yeah.
And it's just obviously. And
it's just not. So you're gonna get setbacks, but I think it's like with anything, you've just got to carry on, because what else you're gonna do? Like, you know. But I think you're quite good at staying motivated, really. I think you can. Like even when we had the thing, I was like crying. I had me bit like, oh my god, this is terrible, and you were just like, well, I'm just gonna get on with it. And I was just like, ooh, and he was just like, crack on. I was just like not cracking on, like my life was over. I think you're quite good with stuff like that. You can like get over it easier than me, where I'm just like, But it is what it is. I'm learning. We've got to just crack on. When do you think that you'll want to get married? So for those of you who don't know, because I feel like a lot of people actually don't know, but we did get engaged in 2018 in New York City. Sean proposed on the top of the rock. So for marriage, I think I always knew I would have like a longer engagement, to be honest, because I don't know, I was never one of these people that wanted to be like married within 2 years of being engaged, and I don't think really you either.
We didn't have a plan.
No.
But I think now, just with COVID and that, totally put a halt on it, because I won't even be looking now, to be honest.
No.
I think just if you booked a wedding, if you had one,
it's too risky.
Even I'd say a year or two's time, it could be cancelled.
I think what we'll probably do is, once we're in the house, just be living in the house and see how the circumstances go with COVID, and then when we feel the time's right, we'll start planning.
Yeah, right.
But we don't have a date. A lot of people think it's weird that we're engaged, but honestly, like, I want to get married and I want to have that special day, but I just still feel quite young, and I'm just like, there's no rush for it. Like, I can have it. We've got engaged, like, you know, and that was great. That was like the best thing ever. I was in New York. It was like my dream engagement. So like, that's happened. I enjoyed that moment, but I just don't know. I just don't feel the rush to plan the wedding. Like, when it happens, it happens. You know. I think any money though, even now, like money we have, I wouldn't necessarily put it towards a wedding. To me, I still want to go places and travel, and I have other things that I would rather spend money on, really.
So just I'll let you answer it really. How many dogs would you get? Any other animals you'd love to have?
Well, my friends, the list will go on. What would you like? Get your opinion first.
The 2 dogs, full stop.
So you would have 2 dogs and that's the end of your animal life? Really? No. 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 Would you only?
Well, basically, and I want stupid stuff, but...
Do you think a house filled with animals is a happy house?
Well, aye, but it's a noisy house.
Right.
Aye.
Well, I love that. Well, I would love 2 dogs.
Yeah.
Probably more. If one needs a home and I have space, then I'd love to give it a home. I work at a hedgehog rescue, so I would love to foster hedgehogs. I have a cage at the back of the garden, which I think would be perfect for chickens or maybe a pig that, you know, needs somewhere to live. So they would be welcome. I would quite like some fish. I like a good fish tank. Wouldn't say no to a house rabbit. Wouldn't say no to... I wouldn't say no to any animals. I am the happiest when I'm with an animal, no matter what animal it is. Like a hedgehog or a dog or just anything. I just think they bring you the amount of happiness in the world. And I think you look at an animal and you see its innocence and you just like, they're just so like vulnerable and you just like have to help them in every way. So yeah, I don't even want to know how many dogs and that I would have if I lived alone. I think because I live with Sean, I might be held back a bit by what I can have, but then again, I might not. Because I think once you like get true love for animals, you'll realise and you'll just be like, yeah.
I think there will be quite a few, but...
Oh, I love that! I love that! That means he's not saying no! I love that. Honestly, like, I would have a zoo. Like, I've never really wanted kids. I've never been into kids. So for me, my kids are animals. Like, my kids are animals. Now that you're stuck in, would you recommend renovating a house?
No. Hate me life. No. If you've got the time and the money,
definitely the money.
And like,
very expensive.
And you like know the people and stuff, then it's very, like, I would say if you knew a lot of people that could help you, yes. Money and time, if you got that, yes. And if because like once you do it, you've got to do it. Like you couldn't like half do it. You kind of bottle out. So it obviously, I mean, I don't know what it's like getting one up to do and sell, because we know this is going to be ours and we're not worried about selling this.
No, I think it would be a lot harder to renovate a house that you're selling, because I know you're getting money out of it, but like there's not the same, like we're doing this up with so much like love and passion because we're going to live in it. But at the end goal, if you're not going to live in it, I don't feel I'd love it as much. I don't think I could definitely not do it as a job, to be honest, because it's not the most fun. I think it's stressful, it's time consuming, and
I think it'll be quite good. Like I think it's quite good. I would like to do it. If you had like a good like little group of years, I could do everything on that. It'd be quite good. Yeah, but obviously doing that with a full-time job as well, I think will be manic. Yeah. So it just depends if you're that type of person. If you're willing to have like what 15 plus hour days every day, then go for it. But if you're not willing to put hard work in, then I wouldn't recommend doing it. Someone's inviting you to their wedding.
Oh.
So when's the wedding? PS, how do I send you an invite to ours?
I'm not gonna lie, I do love a good wedding session. I wouldn't say no, I'd probably turn up. If it was local, I bloody love a wedding. We remember that time we tried to sneak into that wedding at the hotel. We'd been out for drinks, right, and Drunk Sean was absolute. I don't know, was it not York?
I think it was at Sunderland.
Sunderland. We'd been to this hotel, right, and Drunk Sean, and I was quite merry as well. Absolutely adamant he wanted to go into this wedding, and I was like, you can't just like walk, because we could see the reception, and I was like, you can't just walk into someone's wedding. And he was pissed and he was like, I listen to tunes so you'll not know, we'll blend in. And I was like, oh my god. We didn't go in, he'll be glad to know, but I think you would have, like, if I'd said yeah, you would have been right in. You would have been at the bait table and everything, getting your supper. But no, we didn't sneak in the wedding. But I do
Pay over.
want YouTube to be his full-time job, or is he happy splitting his time between both?
Happy at the moment, splitting time, to be honest. I think it's splitting at the moment's good, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suppose each of them, because like obviously a lot of the second channel videos are renovation vlogs, so like we're doing a lot of renovation and that's the second channel content. So I suppose for you, when you're at work, you're getting a break from this, but when you're here, you're getting a break from work, so it's like probably nice to... Whereas I feel like even though I'm not always working in the house because I'm doing YouTube stuff, I feel like I'm constantly here, which is good. I love being here, like I really do love here. But some days I'm just like, oh, I don't want to go today.
Just turn it all on you. Question was about me. And then you turn it on you.
Well, I'm sorry, go on then.
Are you excited for your new chapter as a couple living together? I love living with my O.
What does it all mean?
I don't know.
Other half.
OH.
Other half.
Other half. Never heard that before. It's like a massive thing, and like, hopefully it's good, and hopefully we'll like it really. Just like being able to just sit in the living room and put my feet up in that. You know what I mean?
Just a simple life.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I am as well. I think it'll be like a huge different chapter. But I'm confident. I think we'll get on great. I mean, we will argue. Everyone bloody argues, but I think, you know, it'll be exciting, and we'll start creating our own routines and just have our own little kind of life. How do you deal with negativity?
Cry all the time.
Favourite sandwich filling?
Where was that? Well, I didn't say that.
You would have had that one answered.
That was not me.
Well, my favourite sandwich filling is probably the M&S vegan tuna and sweet corn. It's very nice. But I love sandwiches, so anything in a sandwich I'll probably like.
Shop prep tuna sandwich.
Okay.
That's like that is premium.
Uh-huh.
But like, if you just make a normal house sandwich, probably go like chicken and bacon or something. Like out of the tub, something like that. Or corned beef, I don't know.
Oh, corned beef.
Oh, I don't know.
Even when I wasn't vegan, I couldn't eat that. I really liked it. Have you been arguing much during renovations? Yes and no. I wouldn't say we've had like huge tiffs, but we've had like...
We've argued and then she's went, ah, you're right.
No, I haven't.
That's basically been the summary of it.
No, I haven't. About
Yes,
what?
About that.
Right.
Too
Well,
much.
there was one. This row.
That was too much.
This row,
You
right.
should have probably got the extra chair. You agreed. I said that probably isn't the best. You agreed.
Stop!
I could just rattle loads off, to be honest.
No, right, out of the office,
I
move
said that
out.
should go there because it'll stop the heat.
No,
Agreed.
no, I didn't agree.
So
I didn't agree.
That's pretty much your
Move
full room.
out of the
I
office.
said, use that lamp. No, I didn't want that.
No.
It's now in the room.
Move out the office.
So there we go.
Out of the office. About out of the office.
Right.
Anyway, that was the question.
Well, there we go.
No. And yes. Yes and no. Sean just doesn't have a clue
Right.
when it comes to renovating.
Um,
Do you think we have argued? Like, did you think we would argue more than we have, or less than we have, or what?
I think we've argued plenty, to be honest.
Yeah, we have. We have argued. But I think, like, with everything, like, you're going to argue about house, you're going to argue about, like, when you're planning your wedding, because you're two different people, you're going to have different opinions on things. But I think overall, like, we do settle on what we want, and then we're like, fine. But we have had arguments. It's mainly just about, like, what we actually want in rooms and, like, our interior stuff, isn't it?
Just stupid things, really.
Yeah.
No, I just
nothing
think,
of, like... Nothing of like big, no big decisions or anything. What's your 5-year plan? To live in the house and have a farm and a zoo in the back garden and have all the dogs you could ever imagine. Literally is mine though.
Hello.
To sit here and not
Just,
have any pets.
Sit in front of the fire.
Roast marshmallows! No, he not got like a plan, like a
Just
plan.
to sit here and think, no more stuff to do.
Yeah, that would be good actually. That would be a good 5-year plan. How do you manage your money if you both earn different salaries? We have a joint account in which we both put half the bills in every month, which manages the bills. And then aside of that, we kind of keep our their money separate. We do earn different salaries, but it's all dependent. Because I'm self-employed, mine varies so much each month that one month I could earn the same as Sean, one month I could earn more, one month I could earn less, whereas you have a standard salary that you know you earn. Any money we earn from the joint channel goes into our joint account. So actually, for the last, well, this month, the joint channel did incredibly well, so really it probably covers our bills. So our salary money is just ours, really. So yeah, that's the way we do it. And I know people have said before, well, that's not fair. If you're on different salaries, someone who's on more should pay more. But really, we are pretty much either on the same, or it's slightly different, or even if I do earn more.
I want a bit more, like.
You what?
I want a bit more, I think.
You're not.
Oh, yeah.
You're not. If we're being realistic, you're not, are you? You're not. But I think I do understand the concept of like it's not really fair, but I think like if one month, just say for example, I did incredibly well and you were struggling, I'm not just going to be like, well, it's your fault, hon. Like obviously we would share.
I think like you should pay. I think you should pay the same. And like say one's on double. Say one's coming in with like 50, 60 grand, and one's getting 20, 30 grand. Then you might think, right, I'll pay a bit more. But then at the same time, you shouldn't really be getting a house that's like
that both can't afford. Yeah,
one can and one can't.
Yeah, like when that's the thing, when we looked at houses as well, we always looked at it in the mindset of, okay, well, whatever the house value is, I'll be paying half the deposit, I'll be paying half the mortgage. Can I afford that?
Because if one of you is on EDC and one of you is in a normal job, but you're on E, but like, say one of you was a doctor on 80 grand, and one of you was a, say like my electrician on an average wage.
Yeah.
The one on 80 might be looking at mansions, but the one that's on a normal job couldn't, and like you shouldn't be looking at that really. You should look at a house that's in for both.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we've kind of done. And like, you know, you're not on like a doctor's wage, but like both around the same wage anyway. But like, but then if you are, say if I do loads of overtime and I get double the wage next month, I could just chip in that month that bit more. You know what I mean? That's what, if you get more, you could just chip in a bit more. But I would say plan it where you can both afford half and half, because.
And I think with me, like, I was a bit worried that, like, you know, some months I can go like having a standard wage, and then other months I can have an exceptional wage, but that's because all my invoices have been paid in one month. It just so happens. So if I have a month like that, what I tend to do is put it into a savings account, so that if I have a month where I am, you know, getting less than I expected, I can use that money. So even though like some months it might look like I make considerably more than you, in technicality, the months that I don't make that much, I just use that money, so I wouldn't go and blow it all. Do you know what I mean? Because I know that there's going to be things that come up, and yeah, so I think the same as Sean. I think it's important to have both be able to afford it.
At the end of the day, you both half own the house.
Yeah.
So really, I don't think it's right. One should pay 80% of it off, and one should pay 20%
well, that's what I think as well.
Because you
like,
both own it, and if it does all go tits up at the end,
but me and Sean are both
paid off more than
well, exactly, so it doesn't seem fair to do that. But I think me and Sean have always been dead open. Like, for example, if you got the end of the month and you just had no money somehow, I don't know, you needed to pay more for his car that month or something, like, I would give him money and I know he would me. Like, we're not, oh, this is my money, like, you know, you're not getting it. We would always share. But I think, like Sean said, like, at the end of the day, we both own this house. We're both, if we want to sell it, would get 50% of the house. So it wouldn't be fair if you paid like 80% and I paid fucking 20. Like, how is that fair? It's not. So I agree. I think you should be able to both afford it evenly.
Definitely.
And that's our mindset. But I totally understand if that's not yours. You know, every relationship's different and everyone has different like setups. But that was just always what ours was.
Because you don't want to start arguing saying you're on 10 grand more than me, you should pay you should pay 100 quid more a month. That's like getting a bit petty, I think.
Yeah.
Then it's like, is the house too much for you and stuff, I would say.
Yeah.
You should be able to afford it easily.
You should,
and really, that person, in my eyes, if you've got a better job, it's more money for you, really.
Well, yeah, you just keep your money and you can just
technically get paid more, so that's your benefit.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're both, they will end up paying for more, though, I think. If one is a lot more money, you'll probably pay for the holidays and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's okay, and I think if they're paying for meals and stuff, that's fine. But when it comes to actually your house, it's like you should pay half, because at the end of the day, if you're half owning it, you get half back, so you should pay half. But like if you want more money, for example, and like I was paying half of the house for everything and you could still have money to go on holidays and I couldn't, then naturally you would pay. I would too, like, you know, that's different. But I think when it comes to the house, it should be half. Rachel Davies put, you've got lots of rooms to christen. Girl, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna end it here because I literally could go on, and we've chatted about quite a few things. So this was our little Q&A because we didn't really vlog much today, so I thought we'd just give you a few questions. Hope you've enjoyed. If you've got any video suggestions, leave them in the comments below, and yeah, we'll see you for another one shortly. Oh, please remember, we upload videos on a Tuesday, Thursday at 5 PM and on a Sunday at 10 AM, and have the little notification bell on because YouTube isn't telling everyone, even if you're subscribed, when people upload a video. So turn the notification bell on just so you know, and yeah, we'll see you again. Bye!
Bye.
Hold it.